the eyes of a skilled hunter. We've seen it time and again. And for years, we've watched Terrence focus in and finish off opponents.
A showdown that was considered Bud's stiffest test at welterweight to date, as many had contested his resume of the weight division to have been rather weak up until this point. Porter, a former world champion, had the speed, athleticism, and rhythm to give anyone hell. Not only did he possess fast hands, which attributed to his combinations, but he also had the fast feet to close the gap in order to get in and out quickly. Bud is what you would call a complete boxer. He can box, punch, and exchange when needed to establish position of dominance. The matchup was rather straightforward. Porter would be the aggressor, fighting mostly off his front foot, while Crawford would maintain a balanced stance to hold the line, then fight off his back foot. The chess match, in simple terms, goes a little like this. Porter, being the aggressor, will open Bud up by throwing off his timing with feints and rhythm. Bud, on the other hand, would allow Porter to openly throw punches in order to get him to open up. In other words, the substance of this fight was about action and reaction.
Crawford lands a right hand. So both trainers want guys composed, collected, and sticking to the plan. That second
firefight, but to box. Not sure if Crawford.
Good eye, Tim.
Ooh. There's a cut on the eye of Porter.
It looked like there.
At the highest level of boxing, every move is intentional. Bud knows Porter will be the one opening the trades, so it's up to Porter to figure out how to disrupt Bud's timing. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The initial step or punch will set off a set of chain reactions. In a game of high-stakes chess, no good move will be given freely. The punch must be earned. When the exchange occurs, it goes a little something like this. Both men refuse to fight flat-footed. That makes it harder for both men to land power shots, as the distance and range will constantly change. When Porter engages, he's looking to push Crawford back, catching him in his weak positions, where his feet isn't completely set. This allows him to have a better exchange, as Crawford wouldn't be able to generate the proper power, making the exchange favorable to Porter. Crawford, playing the Matador, allows the bull and Porter to make the first move. By fighting off his back foot, he gets Porter to open up by allowing him to throw punches. Being the counterpuncher, Bull must pull Porter in, get him to overreach, then strike when he's out of position. Although power is best when the feet are planted, Bud generates his power by allowing Porter's forward momentum to run into his power shots. The timing for Bud is between Porter's punches. The jab is harder to land in an orthodox versus southpaw matchup. The trap is allowing Porter to land glancing jabs in order to trigger him to follow up with his power shots. This is where distance comes into play. As soon as Bud feels or sees the jab, he will step back or cut angles so that Porter's follow-up punches will fall short if he doesn't step in enough. The counter comes when Porter is overextended. Another integral part of the formula for Crawford is his short punches. Since the power comes from Porter's forward momentum, There's no need to load shots. The shorter punch beats the wide punch to the target first, every time. It is said that whoever thinks more lanes second. When in combat, milliseconds are the difference between who lanes first. When engaged in the heat of battle, everything should be instinctive. The hundreds of reps constantly trained in the gym for each move should come out naturally with instilled muscle memory. There's nothing more petrifying than when Crawford gets into the state of flow. Time slows down due to total immersion, and focus is heightened. This is where he feels completely present and connected to his movements, instincts, and rhythm of the fight. In a flow state, everything flows effortlessly. The actions are seamless and harmonious. This is peak performance, as there is heightened sense of awareness and anticipation.